Man,
It's insanity.
speaking as an Australian who comes from a socialist healthcare system, I know what. Yeah, you guys are insane. Not you personally,
But that too.
have every other country in the only real difference between American healthcare or American drugs and the rest of the world drugs, literally the rest of the world, not just the Western smart countries. Americans are the only people in the world that pay retail prices for drugs. Everyone else pays a wholesale price because everyone else's government goes to that drug company and says, we'll buy 1 million doses of this. What kind of discount are you going to give us? And they, in America, even through an insurer, it's bullshit because your insurers are state by state. There's a law that says they can't operate nationally, basically, right? So each one is its own individual company in a state, and they can only make small deals based on a small population for only their members within one state. So they'll never have the buying power. Only the government has the true buying power like that. And that's getting boring and dry, but there's ways to do things that make it easy for people to live.
But isn't it funny? Isn't it funny how we've done so well to demonize the term socialized healthcare?
Yeah, well, because socialism means something completely different here than socialism means different things in different countries. Where I'm from, man, I've lived here too long. I don't know what it's. Where I'm from, I would be, and I'll because it's not, because I'm also pragmatic and practical in what I would choose to do. But where I'm from, Bernie Sanders would be a moderate, normal politician.
Yeah.
He would be a moderately, slightly left of centre politician. He's only arguing for most of the things that Australia already has, and is currently in the process of getting rid of slightly because we're on a centre-right party sort of right now. So that's controversial here. I would probably be a communist. I used to joke, I'm a communist here. Not that I'm actually a communist, but other people would believe those beliefs to be communistic, even though, no, I'm a capitalist. I just believe in a clear definition of what's capitalism and what should be owned by everyone.
Yeah.
Like public utilities and things like that.
We should get Ben on an episode with John Dolmayan.
Oh, man.
I love having friendly discussions with people with different views. I really do. I
So
like
does
to know
John.
why people think
Dolmayan is the same way. It's funny because Dolmayan is like, right now at least, he's like very far right-leaning, for specific reasons. But
there's a spectrum of that because there's social stuff and then there's economic stuff. And sometimes you can agree with social and not, one or the other. So what is he? Is he
it's
both?
more economic. No, I think his is more economic right-leaning.
Is he a libertarian?
With the way we got him to describe himself is he's more of a centrist, but he leans right
American
on a lot
centrist.
American centrist, but he leans right on a lot of social issues right now. Yeah. Because he hates Democrats right now, basically is what he said. The party.
No, he's a team player. He's a team player.
Yeah, right now
he's about tribe.
But it's funny because they're all the same team at the end of the day, though. The one's in power.
That's the problem with the system, right? Is that to play the game, you have to betray everything you believe in. Yeah. The one thing that blew my mind, and I know this is probably boring to a lot of people, but when you're like a congressman, woman, you have to spend like 2 hours every day just phoning people asking for money to fund your re-election campaign. That is not what you were put. That is crazy. That's not your time well spent, and that's your work day. Yeah, that's crazy. There needs to be a better system.
There's that funny meme where it's Bernie Sanders and it says, "I am once again asking you for financial help." There's variations of it, but yeah, it's
that's where all of his money went.
It's funny. Yeah,
they got to do it, but I love politics, by the way, but I love process as much as I have my own beliefs, whatever they are. But the system, to me, an election day used to be like a Christmas day. I love it because this is like it's a reality TV show. It's about there's going to be a winner and a loser. It's like a sport. It's a game, right? Except it's a game that really does affect things and people.
Yeah.
So it's one that matters. But now it's just everyone's into politics, so everything's so amped up that I at least on social media I try not to talk about it too much because I know what I think, and I know a lot of people already screaming about everything. So I don't need to add myself to that mix anymore because there's other people that do it better anyway. Yeah. And I will just focus on trying to bring light and nice things to people in these darker times.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, I'll still say my piece, but I don't know. I don't like to inflame anything anymore.
It gets depressing. It gets really depressing.
Exactly. It just gets depressing about it.
It's really depressing. It's funny
I'm
because...
going to vote. If I could vote, I'd vote for Biden. Obviously, just so everyone knows.
You vote Squid.
I would vote Squid. I have a T-shirt. It's on sale on my website, actually.
Boom.
Is it Heed the Call, Vote Cthulhu? So.
Yeah, it's funny because my most recent issue and concern, and which makes me realize that both sides are kind of full of shit, is the reality of what's happening with the unidentified aerial phenomenon, and how they're just kind of slowly starting to little by little tell us, oh yeah, aliens are out there. Oh yeah, aliens are real. Oh yeah, we have some technology. And it's like, no one's talking about this, really? We're not going to talk about this? We're just going to like sweep it under the rug? And it's just, it's crazy as you put it like, up against everything that's going on right now. There's much bigger world things that are important that it seems like we're all distracted by this right versus left, this one side versus the other side. And at the end of the day,
Can I tell you a real quick anecdote that may help you with that? And I'm not surprised anyway. Obviously, I read the news. I love UFO stuff. I love horror stuff. I love serial killer murders. I love everything like that, right? My ex-wife, I think it was her uncle. She told me once that he told her, because he used to be in the Air Force, and he had occasion to visit certain areas, shall we say, a certain hangar. And
shit.
No. He did say, there's things in there you wouldn't believe, but that was all that he was able to say. So it's like, I believe that. I know there's tech a generation ahead of anything we've got anyway, even if it's aliens. But
I believe
there's aliens. When I say aliens, I mean other entities. They may come from a different dimension, because we live in a three-dimensional world, but with the way quantum physics and everything's going, and the theory of multiverses and different dimensions, it's like, who knows? It could just be us from a different dimension who's bled through and figured out how to do that. Who knows?
That's so scary to think about.
Well, that's what some people think the Mandela effect comes from, is that people who are in the minority that remember an event, or whatever the example is, remember it to be different than what the majority do. The theory is that they slipped over from another universe where that was the case.
Yeah. Quick thing. Do you believe the universe is infinite?
Yes. Well, for me, yeah.
Infinity is big, right? Infinity means we actually repeat. If you go far enough, there's another you. And there's more than another you. There's an infinite number of you. So there is a part of the universe. If the universe is infinite, or if there's infinite multiverses, there's a version of you. There's a version of Steve out there married to Jennifer Aniston.
Wow. And then you break up with her and get with Angelina.
Yeah, but there's also a version of you out there that married her and had 20 kids. So,
damn.
Because it's infinity.
I'd rather stay with Jen.
I'm married to Winona Ryder out there somewhere. So
nice.
Hey, my wife knows it's fine.
Speaking of Hangar 18, didn't you do something for a Megadeth book like last year or the year before?
Wait. Okay. What did I do? I did a short story. For it was Megadeth's thing for heavy metal.
Mustaine.
Yeah. I got to sit next to him, and there was like 11 creative people and him in the middle. And for some reason, I got to sit next to him.
Right next to him.
I'm vaguely familiar with Megadeth. I'm more of a grunge guy myself, obviously, but my wife's huge into heavy metal, so she was freaking out. But he did nothing but talk to me the whole time, and there was other fans. There were huge fans of Dave around us. But he talked to me mostly, and I felt so bad because all he would do is tell me dirty Michael Jackson jokes. It was great. But I think it's because I had an accent. He thought, oh, he's interesting. So he just, it was great. But like, I'm like, dude, these other people love you, and like, I know who you are, but like, talk to them.
That might have been part of why he wanted to talk to you, because you weren't a fanboy.
Maybe.
Yeah, I remember it was so odd because it was at the heavy metal booth, and I was trying to get, like, they had like the book was part of like this box set for a record.
Yep.
So like you had to buy the whole box set. So I went to the booth trying to buy it, and they're like, no, you can't buy it here. And I was like, okay, where do I buy it? And they're like, you have to order it online. And I was like, but can I get it signed here? They're like, no. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, they weren't selling the album there, were they? Then
It's San Diego. I think you were at.
San Diego. Okay.
Yours was at C2E2, so I don't know what they had there.
The record thing just sounds probably more complicated because it probably had to have label involvement somehow.
Yeah, I think with you wherever you were, I think they were selling it separately, but you had to get it as like the box set where I was at. So.
Oh, okay. I only remember signing a book. There was no thing to go with it.
But... Yeah. So I think that's what it was. You guys had the book. Yeah, Tim Seeley was right next to you.
You're probably right. I don't remember. I only remember the other side. I did an album cover for Fear Factory once too.
Oh shit! No way.
Yeah, that was a weird story because Burton contacted me. I think Burton's the singer, right?
Yeah, Burton
C. Bell.
Yeah. I see. The thing I learned the hard way is with musicians is if you're going to work with musicians, make sure their management's involved. Make sure the label or like the business side of it.
Yeah.
Because it was great. He asked me to do some stuff. I'm like, oh, I know Fear Factory. That's cool. So I did an image based on what he kind of wanted, his ideas. And then he said, oh, I love it, great. And then he said, oh, I showed the other guys. They're not really keen on it. Can we change this and this and this? I'm like, wait. You should talk to them first.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up paying me for the cover himself, which I don't think is how it normally works when you have when you're a big band, you have structures and managers and stuff. And they did use the cover, but what they did was they completely inverted it. So it's literally a negative image of what I did. It's kind of like two FFs, an FF put into a weird skull type thing.
Yeah.
It's weird. But
you remember what album it was?
No.
Yeah, that band,
weird, man.
That band is, it's not no surprise you describe it. That band is a mess right now. Like as far as they're suing the shit out of each other, both sides.
Oh, really? This was years ago. So
probably right after that, because if he was in the band, I don't even remember if their guitarist Dino was in the band at the time, but they sued each other once before, then they got over it, got back together, and then now again they're like suing the shit out of each other again. So,
damn.
Yeah.
That sucks. But it's like comic book artists with less suing involved, but we're all crazy creative people, right? Yeah. And then you mix business in with that, and there's going to be interesting things because we're all eccentric. Eccentric is what you call crazy people with money, right? So if you've got a bit of money, you don't have to be just crazy on the street ranting. You get to be eccentric and sue the other people and all that sort of stuff. Only green M&Ms. But I have a history with some music stuff like that. I also did I can't remember the name of the band, but I did a one-shot whole comic that I don't think it saw print, but it ended up being for the guy that actually ended up co-owning heavy metal, but he no longer does. But that was, so I did a comic set in hell to do with a band, and then I've also done, I think it was in America. Have you ever heard of a reality kind of TV show called Rockstar Supernova?
Yes.
Okay. So I was in Australia, right?
Yeah.
You know the group, the Black Crows? I think it was the Black Crows?
Yeah.
There's a guy named Johnny Colt. He was the bass player, I believe.
Their singer
was my work. He was a fan of my work.
Oh, wow.
He shot me an email one day when I'm still living in Australia, and he says, hey, I really love your work. I'd love to meet you. You should come to one of my concerts. I'm touring right now for this thing called Rockstar Supernova, where we're touring with the guy, the lead singer we found through the show, right?
Yeah.
I forget his name. Lucas something? So it was him, Tommy Lee from Motley Crue.
Right.
The guy I always forget the name of from Guns N' Roses, who's not the famous one.
Gilby Clarke.
Which one?
The guitarist, Gilby Clarke. He was just like the touring.
Yeah, that would be him. So it was those guys choosing the lead singer, and they did a tour, and so we did a tour in Sydney, and I had to explain to him, unfortunately, that's 5 hours by plane away from my city across the country, because Perth to Sydney is like LA to New York. It's like that much distance on coast to coast. So, but he said, oh, fine, I'll fly you out. So he flew me out.
Shit.
I got to watch the show from backstage, have some interesting conversations, and watch Gilby was doing nothing except right before the performance. He was just on his laptop, right, looking at eBay, buying classic cars.
Holy shit!
Like really cool old classic cars. And that's he's showing the thing. And Johnny was awesome because so after the show we got on the bus and we went back to the hotel, and we hung out for a brief period in Tommy Lee's hotel room. And he had a gaggle of like fangirls around, and then we, being the married men, left before any shenanigans.
Hilarious.
Tommy Lee was literally a 12-year-old in a man's body.
Yeah.
Because I did like a print for each of them as a gift, saying thank you so much for getting me out. It's like, oh, you're the shark teeth guy, like because the vampires had shark teeth.
Shark teeth.
Very excited. They're all very nice, but man, you have some interesting fans from all walks of life, and occasionally they come out.
That's cool.
Yeah, I did not expect that. And I was only in my early 20s, mid-20s at that point, probably. So this is crazy thing. I'm not bragging. I'm trying to explain that it's a very interesting job I do. Obviously, my art is liked by someone, which I'm very thankful for. But if you want to do comics, you will have the most amazing, and you have any degree of success, you can have the most amazing life and life experiences. You'll never know where life will take you. And if I can do it, being the moron I am, anyone can do it.
It's
honestly
funny.
It's like that sort of perspective is what I'm trying to get across. But yeah, it's fucked up.
We had on Jim Ballant, and he back in like the early 90s went to go see Kiss, and he was like a member of their fan club or something, so he got to do like a meet and greet backstage, like I think either before or after the show. So he took his portfolio, and he was either on Catwoman at the time or he had just finished Catwoman, so he had like all his Catwoman original art. And so he goes to this meet and greet, and he like shows all the guys, like he shows like Gene Simmons and all these guys, and Peter Criss, he's showing them like the comic book stuff, and he's like, I'm a big fan of you guys, like I do Catwoman comics. And then just based off that, like he started getting to do covers for them. He's done a couple of covers for like a couple of their comics now. Yeah, but I
was gonna say it's weird to take your portfolio to a rock backstage.
I mean, I think he had a mission. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the other thing is, Gene Simmons, love him or hate him, and I mostly hate him. He never stops thinking about money and business. So it's like, I can use this guy. I can use this guy.
Dude, how much could we sell? How much could we sell this
copyrighted? Dude copyrighted the symbol that's like the money bag, like the bag with the dollar sign on it. He copyrighted that. That's insane.
Just so you know, my wife used to work at a vet's in LA and in the Hollywood area, and his delightful family would come in, and anything you think about them that's negative is pretty much true based on her experience with them in real life. So yeah, it's not. It's a shame because he could have a lot of fun in life, but not being a dick.
Oh, he's a known fucking asshole. Hey,
I know. I'm just letting you know it extends to the rest of their family.
Gene Simmons, if you're listening, fuck you. You're an asshole.
He's gonna buy the show and shut us down.
And we'd love to have you on. We'd love to have you on.
You don't abuse me enough. You should abuse me more.
Oh man, good shit. Ben, we fucking had you on for like 2 hours.
Man, this was fucking awesome.
We just took up so much of your time.
You mean I'm not boring?
No,
we just
awesome.
did 2 hours or something.
I'll keep chatting if you want, but if you want to go, that's fine.
We've meant to have you on for a while now. You've been one of our favorites for a long time.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
surprised.
you for your poor taste in art. Thank you. Like I can stick around, but if you want to go, that's fine too. I'm just erasing pencils on all my inks right now.
We don't have Gramps with us, but should we do a lightning round?
Yeah,
What's a lightning?
We
can wing a lightning round. Robin, you want to wing a lightning round?
Yeah, we can wing it. The lightning round is where we ask all the dumb questions, but
I like dumb questions.
Yeah, they're fun, but we do a thing where we pepper in questions from previous guests.
Creepiest guests?
The creepiest as well. The previous creepiest.
Oh, previous.
Guest.
I thought you meant creepiest. I'm like, well, I hope I'm up there.
Who is the previous creepiest guest?
I haven't said I'm into kitty fiddling or anything, but
I would say Chip Zdarsky was probably our previous guest.
Maybe. Oh, he's witty as fuck.
No,
he's
false. I take it
clever.
back. You know who's our creepiest guest? Joey Lawrence.
Oh, yeah, maybe he's up there.
Wait, the Blossom Joey Lawrence?
Yeah. Yeah, we had him on the show.
Oh, quickly for my Canadian friend. You grew up with Degrassi Junior High and stuff,
course.
right?
Yeah, we watched that shit in school.
Okay, for any American that doesn't know, it's like a coming of age high school kind of, actually before high school as well.
Drake.
Australians got it too. It's Canadian made. I got to meet Jerry Jeremiah at a con and lost my mind because I got to meet Jerry Jeremiah.
Yeah.
He's like an agent now for other actors. So.
Huh. Yeah, Charles, what you're talking about dropping Drake there, that's Degrassi the new generation. What we're talking about is the OG stuff from like back in the 80s.
Yeah.
So Degrassi, to explain to Americans, you guys had like Saved by the Bell and stuff where where they tried to deal with issues that teenagers would deal with, like drug addiction. What they did was Jesse Spano was hooked on caffeine pills. Degrassi was actually hardcore. Like they dealt with actual shit. So it was sort of an unadulterated version of that. And yeah, it was really twisted that they had us watching that in school.
Yeah, but that's how you learn things, and that was why it was so good. As a kid, man, I learned a lot
from TV.
Yeah.
And then they made Charles is gonna love this that I'm dropping this. They made novelizations of it, and we had the novelizations in class too.
Nice.
But the American one was better. Do you know why? Because the chick from Saved by the Bell went on to do Showgirls. Nothing. Unless you tell me differently, none of that happened from Degrassi Junior High. We never got to see them and blossom into puberty for us.
No, that's true.
Like, yeah,
but
I never got to see anyone naked.
I think her future as a stripper stemmed from her prior addictions to caffeine pills.
Yeah, that'll get you every time.
Gateway drug.
Sorry to segue. I do that a lot.
Oh, that's all we do here.
Oh, good.
But
the thing about Canada and Australia have a lot of shared cultural things that we all grew up with or share with in a lot of ways. So, sorry, I'm monopolizing.
No, you're fine. This is all we do is we go on tangents. But you want to start up the lightning round, Charles?
Yeah.
Yes. So, Chicago deep dish pizza or New York style pizza?
Deep dish.
Whoa.
Oh, that outlier, dark horse.
Yeah, but I can say that because I've lived in both cities, and one is like eating a brick, the other is like eating grease. So, I don't know. I'll choose the brick. Okay. There's just more to it. I like both, but preference-wise, I'll go the brick.
I think he's a man of quantity. I like it. Hey, regular peanut M&Ms or regular?
Regular.
Oh.
All right, an aristocrat.
Am I meant to explain why for each thing, or just you just go?
No, it's fine. Yeah.
No reason.
Just okay. So it's just.
Oh yeah. I had no. It's like yeah. Yeah. There's a thing where people ask like, why do you do what you do? I'm like, I don't know. Why do you like your favorite food? It's like you just do.
Right.
So it's like true. I like regular M&Ms. Sorry.
In-N-Out or Shake Shack?
Shake Shack, absolutely. They have way better fries.
Booga. Tom.
I acknowledge
all the trends.
I acknowledge In-N-Out are good, but
gonna have to hang up on you now, Ben. Sorry.
I like In-N-Out, but Shake Shack I would make a point because here's the thing. Shake Shack do malts.
Oh.
Like vanilla, the shakes with the malt in it.
Yeah, that's peanut butter one. Oh my god, peanut butter one's so good. I think they discontinued it over here, but a lot of things got discontinued since COVID. If you could have dinner,
In-N-Out want to serve me, then I will appreciate them more. So get on it. Sorry, I interrupted.
I'm waiting for both places to start doing the roller girl
car hop.
Car hop. That's what they need to start doing in this COVID world. That'd be pretty cool.
That sounds so American because I've never heard of that.
Did you see the movie The Founder by any chance?
In Australia, we never did that.
The Founder movie?
Yeah, did you ever see The Founder with Michael Keaton?
I don't. Oh yeah. The McDonald's story one. Yeah. But we never had like roller girls deliver food or anything.
I thought that movie's cool just because it gives you a little peek into the culture of it.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, I love that movie.
I mean, why should Americans have to go into the restaurant that's drive-through? Why should they even have to drive up to the drive-through?
I shouldn't even have to put my pants on if I want to have a meal.
That is your God-given right as an American.
Well, I think you should move to New York then, because from a lot of those videos that I'm seeing in New York, there's a lot of people walking around with no pants on.
I believe you're legally allowed to in certain parts of Manhattan.
Well, in Canada, women are legally allowed to walk around topless.
Yeah. Topless.
Yeah, topless here too.
I know this because when I lived there, I saw someone do it. Just the one time.
Grandma, stop!
That is great.
Well, that was a talking point for the day.
Now, yeah, there was it's a couple of accounts this summer. If you could have dinner with one human being who has lived throughout history, dead or alive, who would it be? Oh, by the way, Adam Hughes gave the best answer for this. His answer was alive. So I thought that was...
His answer was who?
Word the question: if you could have dinner with one human being throughout history that's dead or alive, who would it be? He said someone that's alive. So I thought that was always funny.
Well, that's rather expansive.
Being a smartass.
There's 7 billion people to choose from.
But it could be anyone who's lived throughout history that's with us and not with us anymore. Who would it be?
Anyone throughout entirety of history.
Any human, you could have dinner with any human ever.
Yeah. So this would be assuming we could have translators present too, right?
Yes.
Obviously. Probably Genghis Khan.
Nice.
Because he'd bring at least 20 of his lovely wives.
There you go.
Chicks and his 8 billion
from his harem. That guy's got 20. Is it 2 million or 20 million descendants right now? So he did well. And he literally shaped the world. Genghis Khan. I'm a huge Mongol fan, so.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
It's hard to explain, but because I've thought about this a lot. Not really. I want my entire. Okay, so what I want is. So there's an alien technology. It's nanotechnology, and so they're just little robots that can literally take apart and rebuild atoms, so they can change atomic structure. And my entire body is made up of them, and then I can also make them do other things because I control them, right? Because they're me, and so I can literally change matter into other matter. So I'm literally a god.
Mm. So
that's my superpower.
But that's like, isn't that like having minions as opposed to having a superpower?
Minions.
Like this minion.
Well, they are me. I am a swarm of nanobots that can change things on atomic levels.
So you want to be Vin Diesel in Bloodshot?
Is that what it is? I haven't seen that. Oh.
That's sort of a combination of Bloodshot and Dr. Manhattan.
See, dude, I remember reading all about nanotechnology before it was on the mainstream's radar. Now everything's nanotech to explain everything.
Yeah,
that sucks. Okay, time travel. I just want to be able to stop time. I don't need to travel. I just need to be able to stop time, walk around a bit, like pull someone's pants down, and then start time again. That's my superpower.
Every artist says that.
So they can meet the deadlines. Yeah.
If you want to the nanite thing, you might just need to talk to Elon Musk.
Yeah, it's coming anyway.
We're
all going to be grey goop. That will be the end of everything.
Elon. What is the best piece of advice that you have ever received, and who gave it to you?
The best? Oh shit! I've had so many that have occurred to me all like while I'm in the shower. I'm like, oh, that was really good advice. I could say that when someone asked me that. Like, fuck, I'm blanking on it now. This is not the best piece of advice, but this is the one I remember.
Right.
Can I tell you this one?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So when I went out to Arizona to meet Todd after I was doing some of the work for him, he was very gracious. It was amazing to meet Todd. But for some reason, he turned to me and goes, Ben, the biggest piece of advice I can give you effectively was ignore the writers. You do what you want.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm like, thank you. I probably will take the script in consideration, though. I have done that.
Oh, we are talking about just draw what you want. There's a big cape, but big cable and go across the other
big
page
guns
like
and
that?
go and the
I
guns
knew,
and
what he, I knew what he was getting at, and it's Todd. But like, no. I won't ignore them too much. I've always tried.
To do whatever you want, and then you can buy baseballs with all your money later.
Yeah.
I will tell you my biggest piece of advice from life experience, but it's a bit technical, is don't do work for your boss when you don't treat your boss professionally, even if you think they're your friend. And when I mean that, I mean they may be your friend, but they won't be there forever. So don't have your friendship bear in any contract, because at the end of the day, they will be gone, and the company, because companies never die, but your contract will also still be there. So the next person in that role may not be your friend, and you did a deal with someone who was your friend, but you weren't. You were doing a deal with a company. So that's something to factor into when you go forward. So it goes for any business thing, really.
That sounds like that may have come from experience.
Oh yeah. I was doing, especially for IDW, I was doing like happy, nice things for I knew the guys that formed the damn thing. I helped do one of their first comics, but they've all since gone now. So now it's owned by other people, and I have no real relationship with them, but yet a contract remains. And like when you sign a contract with someone who's your friend, you didn't necessarily agree to this other entity coming in and suddenly being, oh, we own that now. So it's like you've got to really think longer term sometimes. Or know your rights, or but it's different when it's work for hire, because you already know, okay, Marvel's Marvel, whoever's in charge, that's going to change. But it's different when it's a beginning company that then gets success and then obviously becomes huge. So I don't know, but that goes in any business with anything. Although obviously in the creative industries, it's very good too. So the best deal is always owning a part of something you create. That is a blanket good deal.
Obviously. And we need a question from you for our next guest to continue the daisy chain, right, Robin? Is that how we?
Yeah, we'll do that for sure.
Am I allowed to know who the next guest is, or is this just to anyone?
The next, I don't know if you know him or not, but our next recording will be with Jason Fabok.
I know that name, but I don't know him. He's an artist, right? That's an artist.
Yeah, he's just doing 3 Jokers with Jeff Johns right now.
Oh, that's why I know that name. Oh, he's got awesome work. Oh, I have to do a nice question then, because I was going to ask.
Well, he is a Canadian, so.
I was going to ask, because the fake question I could ask was, okay, what was the last thing you had up your butt? Be honest.
We're going to ask him.
That's awesome. The comic shop
that's a stupid question. Yeah. That's wrong. That's not my respectful question.
Well, we're gonna save that question for the next time Sean Murphy's on, and we'll ask him that one.
Sean Gordon Murphy?
Yeah.
Oh, please do, and tell him.
He'll happily.
It wasn't meant for him, but I'd love to know his answer. No, that's just mean. That's just mean. You say who the question came from?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We'll fill it in. Maybe better than asking Sean. I'll ask his wife.
Well, if you ever get Tom Taylor on, who's written some Batman stuff, obviously, you can ask him that. He'll understand.
Tom actually did. Tom never does podcasts because, like, he's obviously one of the busiest guys in comics. I think he's probably the only person who writes like top tier titles for both DC and Marvel at the same time. And dude just doesn't really have time or need to do podcasts. But I do have a verbal agreement from him that if he ever does a podcast, it will be ours.
Oh, good. Yeah, I know Tom. He's a good guy. So, yeah, and he would appreciate the humor in that. He probably would have to keep very family friendly though. So, I don't know. I hate generic questions. Oh, here's the question then. Where does he get his ideas from?
So nice.
That's a bastard question. That is
such a nice question. Lob.
Actually, we should throw some random fun ones at Ben. I think he'll like.
I was going to leave the one that was last left by both Sean Murphy and Blake Northcott was cartoon character you had a crush on as a kid. It has to be
several.
cartoons. So it can't be Joey Jeremiah from Degrassi.
No. The one I remember, I was very young, but do you remember there was the chick from G-Force? She was pretty hot. I think I had a crush on her. Remember G-Force? They called it something else here. I don't know. I'm Australian, so it was called G-Force. It was where they were like kind of dressed as birds, the anime kind of thing. But do you remember Inspector Gadget?
Yeah.
With Penny and Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a small crush on Penny, not Brian the dog. was Brian or Brain? It was Brian's Family Guy dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Brian's Family Guy dog. Maybe it was Brain.
I thought you were gonna say you had a crush on Dr. Claw though.
Yeah, Dr. Claw.
Oh, good gadget.
That guy was awesome, but no. Nothing sexual with him.
Okay.
Not even that gravelly voice.
Okay, I think it was it Adam Hughes who asked, all right, if you eat ice cream, do you pee it out or poop it out?
It's a liquid.
I think that was
Which one was the dog poop one? Which was actually
that was Brad Walker. That was Brad Walker.
Brad Walker.
That was a good one.
What was the question again? That had everyone go.
If you pick up dog poop in your hand, and if it's hot, is the dog poop touching your hand? If you're using a plastic bag.
No, that's just heat transference. In the sense of like, well, if you're hot, are you touching the sun? Technically, no. Technically, yes.
But his reason for it was that after he took his dog out, like when he took his dog out, he would pick up with his left hand because he would be drawing with his right hand after.
Mm.
This goes to my larger theory that dog owners have some sort of scat fetish.
Yeah. We had some.
All I see is people picking up dog poop.
Think about an alien that looks down and sees us picking up our dog poop. Who's in charge?
Yeah, I think we had a physicist DM us after listening to the episode, or somebody like in the field.
I don't think it was a physicist. It was just somebody with a lot on their hands that gave us a very specific answer.
What was it, like the vibrating molecules that a poop generates heat that goes?
It's the molecules vibrate that cause heat, and that's what you feel in your hand. So it's not actually touching your hand. It's just the vibration.
Sure, if you want to take all the
You
humor
fucking nerd. That I love you so much for emailing us.
Yeah, I love you for
getting the string theory.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
that's just advertising.
Wormwood. Oh, that's nice.
First issue of Wormwood. It's a special Patreon printing, only available on Patreon. So
beautiful.
I probably will never release it publicly, so it'll just stay as a special Patreon edition.
Is there any way that Patreons who are jumping on right now can get some of the back issues?
Oh yeah, I have everything available still on. I have a special private store just for Patreon people. Perfect. So once if you're a patron or a previous patron, you get to go to the store, and I put some things up. If I don't put things in that store, I give patrons a special discount coupon thing for the public store. But I like to keep things for them.
How fast do the pieces that you work on go, like the original art, that maybe don't tie into the books? Like, sometimes the ones you just do for fun.
Well, I put my first batch of Alien prints art up like 2 weeks ago, I think. And I think half of them are sold within like a week.
Okay, so there's still a chance. So if you want to get on some awesome Alien Xenomorph stuff that is on the store right now for his Patreons, you would sign up right now with Ben Templesmith's Patreon, because that is some good shit. Everything you do
nearly through with the second
awesome.
Batch too, so
very cool.
Just to touch back to your cartoon crush answer, I did a quick Google search on G-Force, and all I'm seeing are cartoon hamsters. So I don't know what that
Explain yourself.
Okay, so in Australia, I think it was called G-Force.
I'm going to stick with the hamster.
Yeah. That's
Triforce. It was called Triforce.
Oh, okay.
Was it called Triforce or G-Force? Why do I call it G-Force? Triforce.
Let's see.
Triforce makes more sense, right?
Probably.
Because the thing, especially with America, but also we got a lot of the Japanese stuff. Well, we got a lot of foreign stuff in general, but they changed the names of things. So we got that Ulysses 31 which was this amazing French manga kind of anime thing. That only did one season. That was cool. But we also had this show called, I don't know if you got it in Canada, but you didn't in America. But it's not racist. It's literally, it's an
the
English
best
dub.
sentence to begin with. It's not racist.
No, it's not. It's very strange and eclectic. So there's an old Buddhist story. It's called, what's it called? The Something Journey. So it's a Chinese story about a Buddhist monk traveling to India, and it was made in, no, it's Korean. Either way, it was made by the Japanese, and it was dubbed into English, and it was called Monkey Magic. And it was sort of like Power Rangers before Power Rangers. And it was, so it's like this monkey god, a fish god, and a pig god, and a Buddhist monk named Tripitaka on a pilgrimage, fighting demons. And so it was like, but it was like Power Rangers, but it was way before Power Rangers. That shit is, anyone who's Anglo, who's ever seen that is a cultural touchstone. But it was before the Power Ranger generation, but when Power Rangers got big. I guess they didn't get it in Canada, sorry.
Maybe not. Well, maybe we did. And
I did have a crush. Here's the thing. I had a crush on the Buddhist monk because it was played by a very attractive Japanese lady. And I think that's why I like bald ladies. I think bald ladies are cool. I think they can be very attractive. But the thing is, I looked her up when I was in my 20s. Oh, this internet thing, I can look them up now. I was like, oh, she died of cancer when she was really young. That sucks.
Ouch.
So don't get close to me or you die.
Damn.
That's good.
But
I highly recommend Monkey Magic. It's on YouTube, I think. You can watch it for free.
Monkey Magic.
Crazy stuff. It's not racist. It's just...
Not racist. Okay.
It sounds racist calling it Monkey Magic. That was
Monkey Magic. It's not racist.
It's
It sounds more racist, but you just keep saying it's not racist.
It's a late 70s, early 80s Japanese production of a Chinese myth or story, and it's dubbed into English. It's great.
That sounds racist.
Look it up. Yeah, it says it's from 1978, a comedy that ran 2 seasons. Is that it?
No, it definitely had way more than 2 seasons. Oh, yeah. I can probably put a link in the chat for you. The opening credits for it are insane. Oh, it's the telling of the story of the journey to the West. If you've ever heard of that.
Okay.
The London Olympics actually used characters from it or something.
Good shit.
Magic.
I gotta check.
TV show. Yeah, Monkey Magic TV, Japanese television film.
All right.
Monkey.
I'm gonna check it out.
It's freaking fantastic. It's crazy. Yeah, if you're ever high, get high and watch this. It's crazy. I don't know. I'm gonna. The opening credits are crazy. Anyway. Yeah.
Anyway, before we wrap it up, can we get
Monkey. It's not called Monkey Magic, just called Monkey. But Monkey Magic in some territories. So.
Okay.
Monkey Magic. Before we wrap it up, can we get a link, Tom, verbal link to the Patreon for Ben?
Yeah, Ben. What is the address for your Patreon?
It's It's patreon.com. P-A-T. I'm bad at spelling. patreon.com/Templesmith. Templesmith, one word, like Temple of Doomsmith. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's links to it on most of my social media actually too, which is just Templesmith.
Easiest
too.
way.
So I'm around.
Twitter, Instagram. Is it at Templesmith?
Yeah, it's usually at Templesmith.
Yeah, and then you got it linked in your bio there. I just became a member. Awesome.
Nice. Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. No, it's like I said, it's probably one of the best Patreons out there, specifically with the fact that you're offering original art for an extremely affordable price for some very amazing work.
It's a fan. It's really just a fan club. It is a fan club.
It's great.
So you can come along and see everything I do because I haven't put stuff in stores for a very long time. But I would just add, I do have a new miniseries coming out in stores. Well, I think it'll be in stores. It's available now anyway. If you know The Walking Dead, if you know the actor Dan Fogler.
Yeah.
Fogler? I always forget how you say it. He wrote a story I drew. So it's called Fish Kill. It's about a crazy cop off his medication he's a vet and he's got post-traumatic stress from all sorts of issues to do with things, and he's about to save the world. And from very other crazy. It's a trip. So
Yeah,
that'll actually be installed soon.
The first
thing to
issue, I believe, is already in stores. I'm pretty sure I work in a shop, and I'm pretty sure we've already had that.
Oh, awesome! And it is still available on the Heavy Metal website too, so you can buy the issue there. So
awesome.
Obligatory. Yes, I am out in stores, but I haven't been in a while. Everything else is on Patreon, at least for now.
Mm.
And thank you so much for the plugs, guys. I didn't expect that. I just shoot the shit.
Oh no, big time. Definitely got to, especially right now with the way things are, the way times are right now. Have to support, the artists directly, and you have a great way of doing that.
Well, as you can tell, I don't get to talk to many people.
Hey,
and this is why I'm going to start my own YouTube channel.
It was a pleasure. Hey, I think you have an avenue there where I think people will definitely tune in. I know you can do it on the Patreon. You can host your little live chats that you can do like that, and people love hearing from you. So.
It's funny you should say that because I have actually just started doing that for my patrons. They'll get a Patreon update. I did YouTube Live, but then I just put it privately onto the Patreon. But I'm going to be doing a lot of commissions. You can watch me, the whole process, do it live. Patrons will see it first, but then I will put it on my YouTube channel, which is just Ben Templesmith. So Nothing's up there yet except the really old one, but it's coming soon. So.
Perfect.
Because I miss people and cons and you.
Yeah. Hopefully next year, maybe next summer. Who knows?
Until then, we can directly support you guys.
Virtual SquidCon. Virtual SquidCon.
Yeah, I should do a little SquidCon where I'm just streaming 24/7. Would people want to watch me sleeping on a stream?
Yes.
Somebody would, man. I'm telling you, there's
I need
somebody out there for everything.
I need enough people to subscribe to my channel to get super chats going, and then you can just watch me sleep.
Yeah, if there's people out there who are willing to clean up their dog shit with their bare hands, there's definitely someone that's willing to watch you on a live stream. So.
Well, I'll do actual art on stream too.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
That's awesome, but Ben, thank you so much for your time. We look.
I hope I wasn't boring.
We look forward to having you back on in the future. Maybe we can get you to stop in for the Kelly Jones Spooktacular.
That would be about to say
crazy, man. How
fucking awesome. That would be awesome if we can get Ben to interview Kelly Jones.
Kelly Jones is like one of my favorite human beings. I mean, he's just too nice.
I think I have met him briefly once. He was very nice.
Yeah.
Which means I forget people because I only remember really, you remember bad experiences mostly. When you've met so many people at cons, certain things stick out, and he didn't stick out. So I apologize, Kelly. But, if you can tolerate me enough, I'll happily come back anytime you guys want.
He's story after story after story. Like he just has all these.
Yeah, he has great.
Yeah, I love those guys.
An uncle.
Yeah, and
I love the guys that are old enough to have the stories of like the greats and stuff like that, but they're young enough to still be current, obviously.
And we had Kelly on just recently to talk about Denny O'Neil with us after Denny passed because he had worked with him. So
did you ask him a lot about The Hammer? Because that was one of my favorite comics.
No, but you know what?
Remember The Hammer? Dude, check out The Hammer. Read The Hammer. Kelly Jones.
You should come on and ask him about that.
I will then.
That'd be so awesome.
That would be cool if we have the Halloween Spooktacular would be Ben Templesmith and Kelly Jones.
That's true because you guys are both masters of spookiness and horror. Like, that.
I'll do whatever you like. Hey, you know what? I'm going to suggest it. I haven't spoken to Steve in a very long time, but if you get Steve Niles, get Steve Niles. He's much better than me.
Oh, man.
That guy has stories, and he's also done a lot.
Yeah, and he's awesome.
Steve Biel. You guys.
Steve Niles.
You guys made a history together. That book. So.
We did. We brought back horror comics, and then Twilight happened.
Oh.
I wrote
our current Batman.
Now he's Batman.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, Twilight.
Yeah, he's written Batman too. So
yeah. You did that for us. You gave us that Batman.
How do you go from making vampires that cool then to making vampires that sparkly?
You get a romance novel aimed at, I assume, middle-aged ladies, become a worldwide hit, and you make a movie. And it did better than ours, but ours did all right. It will be I'm looking forward to the reboot whenever that happens.
Yours will age much better, that's for sure. I think I have my top, my must watches for October for Halloween month, and to read and to watch what you and Steve did is definitely like, yeah, it's in there. So that means.
Can I recommend a film? If you haven't seen it for Halloween, a film everyone should go and watch. It's a newish film, but it's got a very 80s vibe to it. It's called The Void. Check out The Void. Very good art direction.
I've heard that before. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think A24 put it out, but check out The Void.
The Void.
Seriously.
That's cool. I like those outliers that come out once in a while that are really good. I don't know if you saw the last one I saw that I thought was quite good was It Follows. Have you seen that one?
No, I need to. Yeah. And another one is Mandy. Check out Mandy as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Nick Cage one, but it's very weird though. Oh, and the Color of Night was actually pretty good too. So there's a lot of good stuff for Halloween this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Just weird.
See, I'm legit. I'm horror.
Exactly.
That is true. It'd be a match made in heaven with you and Kelly Jones on at the same time. Because he literally just locks himself in his room in October and just puts the old Universal Monster movies on. It's so cool. And he tells us all these stories and shit. It's like a campfire every year when we get him on. So this is going to be really fun with you two on. I'm really looking forward to it now.
And if you can ever get him, get Simon Bisley.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I can hook you up.
That. But that would be great.
That does sound good. Yeah.
He's doing Batman. He did a whole Batman thing.
Yeah, he has a Batman black and white statue.
Oh, cool. I did not know that. I just know his old Batman Lobo or something. He did some stuff.
Yeah.
But he is a riot. He would be a great interview. He would he's a force of nature, that guy. So I will shut up. You're trying to wind it up. I apologize. So.
No,
we're not going anywhere.
I just want to suggest people at you now that I've met that I think are awesome. So.
No, that sounds really good, actually.
I got nothing else. I'm in for a long night of work, so I'm just chilling.
What time is it in Australia right now?
I'm in Seattle, but in Australia it's probably
10:30.
Oh shit! I thought he was in. Oh, fuck.
I guess you missed the whole bit where I used to live. There was a riot and stuff. Yeah. Everything was on fire.
Yeah,
no, I've been in Seattle for 5 years, but I probably will be moving to. My wife doesn't like me saying probably. We are moving to Southern California next year.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Where are you?
I am just east of Los Angeles. So not quite.
County,
just before. No, I'm north of Riverside, San Bernardino. Technically, I'm not deep into it. I'm just outside of LA.
I'll probably be moving somewhere close to you then, because it'll be just below. It's so my wife can be closer to her parents generally, and the weather. She likes the warmer weather, but somewhere in the east, in western Riverside. So somewhere around. Oh. I know where San Bernardino is, so a bit below there somewhere.
Yeah, you'll be close. You'll be really close then. You'll be
the weather sure is warmer these days over there. Aren't you guys having a record?
It's 109 right now.
I will get air conditioning. Get air conditioning.
Got to do that.
The one thing people don't know about Seattle is we bitch when it hits 80 degrees or hotter because no one here, because it's so benign normally, no one has air conditioning, so it's 10 degrees hotter. So working in 90-degree heat sucks. Yeah. But working 100-degree heat sucks. So, yes, California, I'll have air conditioning.
Seattle is such a clean city. Seattle's so polished, if I remember. Tacoma is a little more gritty, but remember Seattle.
I nearly got mugged in Tacoma the one time I was there. It was great. I was jazzed.
Tacoma's an interesting
Don't
place.
walk under freeway overpasses late at night. That's all I'll say. No, I love Seattle. It's just really expensive. It's getting crazy. So.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Do they still have
tech boom, man? It's like San Francisco.
Oh shit! What was that? The Ram. Do they still have the Ram over there? That chain. I think it's a chain of restaurants called the Ram. Do you know?
I have not seen it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say no. I only ever lived down. I don't drive, so I'm screwed. But I only live downtown in West Seattle, so I've never seen a Ram. Then maybe they're more in the burbs. I don't know.
Yeah, or by the way,
we did just get a Shake Shack not long ago. So.
Oh shit! That's all you need, right, Tom?
Yeah, right.
Hopefully, it's still there after the pandemic ends. So
the rioting and whatnot, and just God knows what else. Aliens.
And would say Emerald City Comic Con, one of the best cons in the country.
Yeah.
So
that is.
If you ever need an excuse to come to Seattle, come up for that. I always will. So.
Yeah, that was one of the first to get canceled this year too, or last year.
Yeah, we thought it was still going to happen. It was going to be great. They were see my friends. They were going to stay with me, and then no, it's not happening. So we knew it wasn't going to happen because it's too risky.
It took them a while before they canceled it, but they were trying to make it happen.
Before we realized how risky everything was. So
everyone just kept dropping out one by one.
The guy who sat next to me at C2E2, which was the last big con, I did 2 cons this year before shit. He got COVID. So, and I hope not from that con, because I'm not sure if I had it, but I don't think I did. But I had something weird a week after. So
yeah, it's probably COVID.
I do hope cons come back. I think there will be a lot less cons. Only the big ones might survive for a while, which is probably needed anyway, because there was way too many cons.
Yeah, like it got to a point where there was a con every weekend.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Well,
I find a con every weekend, but if you think about it, if every even small city has a con, anyone going to a con will spend all their money instead of saving it for like the big shows where everyone can go. Yeah. They'll be spreading it around on every show. So as a creator, if you're an artist alley or you're a guest, whatnot, and you're going to a show, I don't go just for finance, but obviously if you pay your own way to go, you need to break even. Otherwise you're just losing money. Doing a lot of work for no reason. But there's going to be less return on the big shows because everyone's done all these other shows. And I usually end up doing a show the week after there's been another show in the town next door. So that's not a good thing. Yeah. There's just been too many. It's, and that's capitalism.
And you end up with a competition of shows too, like
but not in a good way.
Whatever artist, was invited to 2 shows that are the same weekend. So, I'm going to be at this show. So then people who wanted to go to this show that that artist could have been like, oh, this guy's not going to be there, and all these other people that I would want to see are over at this other show that's on the other side of the country. So I'm not going to bother going to this con because none of the people that I want to meet are there. Well, then that hurts that con. So like they're all hurting each other.
Yeah, I mean you've got to pick and choose sometimes. So. Yeah. But yeah, it was due for a culling anyway, unfortunately, just because it was saturation point, I think. But
yeah,
at least from an artist's perspective, because if you do 20 shows a year versus 10 and make the same amount of money, you're working for half price in a sense, and like your time is gone. You could have been at home working.
Yeah.
So it sort of kills you for doing cons. I don't know. It's just they're not paying you more to go to a con. I don't get an appearance fee or anything generally. I started asking for that, but that's some inside baseball. I'll happily go if someone pays for me. I love travel anyway. I did, but no. We'll see, man. The pandemic, man. Hopefully you guys are doing all right.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think hopefully we just ride this thing out at this point. Hopefully enough people are taking it serious enough where we could get back online next year to some extent, even though it's not full. I think they should figure out how to do more outdoor cons, because it generally starts up summertime. They should just find space, and that way they could not have to worry about capacity too much.
I am not doing an outdoor con in summer. I'm sorry. I'll do them in the fall.
Well, fall
would be great for that.
Well, like early spring, when con season starting up again anyway. But I don't know. It's,
Canada and Australia are fine, so it's all about America, unfortunately. Everyone else is probably going to get back. New Zealand have already had several cons. They're fine.
There's been cons going on in America too somewhere. Has there, Robin? Like I've been seeing.
I don't know. I've seen some shops doing small signings and stuff, but very controlled numbers of people.
You got to wait outside or something, I guess. But
yeah,
there's wait times, and I forgot where this con was. I think it was in America, and it's like spaced out, not too many people, masks on, that typical stuff. And hey, man, that works for me because you've been to New York. You guys been to New York Comic Con before. Well, I know you have been, and you know how fucking packed it gets, man. Like you just like
that was never gonna work.
So like if we could spread it out a little, I'll be happy, man. Fucking just because it just gets out of control.
You can hold a con in Perth, Western Australia, because it's one of the best places on the planet right now. We've had no cases for like weeks now at this point.
Wow.
Because they've closed the border to the rest of the country.
Huh.
But I mean, they'll let people in under special circumstances, so the guests can come, and then you can leave. but no one else can come. So you're only the people already in Perth can go, which is 1.5 million people. That's fine.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's enough
Let's all
people.
go to Perth.
Shit, man, we got like 9 million people in New York. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts, man.
But you go to Perth and then hang out with the quokkas.
What's that?
If you Google quokka, Quokka, it is the cutest animal on the planet. It's like a baby. It looks like a baby kangaroo with a smile on its face.
Oh shit!
Every celebrity on the planet wants a photo with one. Put it that way. It's getting famous. I'm trying to put it. Oh, can I tell you before you are completely sick of me? You need to know one thing. Can I tell you this one? Because it's made news now. It's controversial. It's America and Australia are at war over this. So there's this big bird. The biggest flightless bird in the world is what? The ostrich? Yes?
Is it?
Yes, it is. I'll say yes. Yes, it is. But do you know what the second largest flightless bird in the world is?
Penguin?
Trump.
Well, it's Australian, so it's...
Oh, yeah.
We have penguins, but we have no Trump. We kind of have a Trump. His name's Clive Palmer. That's a long story. So you guys don't know? It begins with E.
No.
Okay. It's called an emu.
I knew that.
Okay, yeah.
But here's the thing. A lot of Americans who've never heard the word before, they say emu. It's emu. Because when I hear an American say emu, I think they're doing baby talk. And we actually have a fight because NPR listed the official pronunciation as emu. It's like, no. It's emu. It's an actual name of something. You don't get to put a spin on it. It's the name of a thing. You already took our Ugg boots because they're an Australian thing. They trademarked it and everything, so Aussies can't sell Ugg boots. That's apparently an American-owned thing now. But yeah, emu. It's an emu. And a quokka is a really cute animal. You should check it out.
I did look it up.
Okay, that sounds like a derogatory thing that some Irish person would say. So, I don't know.
If you have a girlfriend or wife or just partner who's into really cutesy little things and you want to make their life, get them to meet a quokka. They will be like putty in your hands after a while. Everyone likes it.
You get caught having an affair, you're going to first flight to Australia to get one of these little
your first date, you go and meet a quokka is all I'm saying.
Quokka.
Quokka.
Got it.
They only exist on a small island off the coast of where I'm from. So, technically.
Yeah, this is such an interesting species over there.
Well, Australia is crazy for so many forms of wildlife.
Yeah, and
we're just old, man. We're just old. Yeah. We got what's left. We have all the marsupials except for a couple in South America.
Man, I remember when those.
You guys have an opossum here in America. It's not a possum, it's an opossum. Hey. We have possums. Our possums are cute and eat fruit. You have opossums, which look like hobos. They look
they're
like,
disgusting.
They look like the skanky meth head version of what we have.
Right.
Yeah, we got murder hornets now, baby. Imported.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about them. We have a thing called a European wasp, which is an import. It's not a real... It's not a native wasp in Australia. But so when you're drinking a can of soda outside, you have to keep it covered because they will get in the can of soda and then you'll drink it. And if they sting you in your throat, you're dead.
Fuck.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, then they're nasty. They're attracted to sugar like that. So
diabetic.
We have a lot of great stuff in Australia. Come to Australia. Why am I doing that for my country I haven't lived in for 12 years?
Man, when it was on fire, I felt bad. The footage of like guys transporting like koala bears in their cars and shit. Fucking everyone trying to get away from the fire.
That's how this year started.
Yeah.
That was hot.
That was the appetizer.
But you know what? With all those fires and 500 million animals dying, that was a great time to go on vacation to Hawaii. Do you know why I say that? Because that's what our Prime Minister did.
Oh shit! No way.
We shamed him into coming home to like actually take care of some stuff.
Yeah, that's like golfing during a pandemic.
Yeah, if you're running the place, you don't get to leave.
If you want to see a leader getting owned, and this is not really to do with politics, this is just funny to watch. There's footage. Just Google Australian Prime Minister meets bushfire victims, and you will see him and his little entourage trying to shake hands with a bunch of people who've just had their homes burned down after he's been on vacation in Hawaii and didn't want to come home, and they just go off on him. It's great. It's like American leaders are always shielded from that, usually. Australians, we get out. We call people dickheads to their faces.
Who knows if they could get close to Trump? God knows.
Well, unfortunately, America has a history of killing its leaders too, assassinating them. So maybe not.
Yeah, the good ones too. They always get the good ones.
Yeah, we hell abuse. You guys shoot people. So I'm maybe much more polite in America than I am in Australia. Just for that reason.
We should all move to New Zealand. Apparently, it's a nice place to live. I heard right about now.
I do want to retire there. They were meant to be part of Australia. Just so you know, they were meant to be one or two states of Australia. But when we had our constitutional convention, the legal guy the rep from them, he was sick that day. Like literally, it was something like that.
That's crazy.
So they said, we'll be ourselves. We'll just be our own little country. But we're actually like a mini European Union. So New Zealand and Australians have the right to live and work in both countries. You don't need paperwork; you just can go. So
wasn't there the time when I think in the past 10, 15 years, like a lot of like Brits were moving to Australia too because of the job market was so good. A lot of people making a lot of money in Australia.
Honestly, they come for the weather, and the economy was a lot better than the UK for a long time. But we're a nation of majority British immigrants. Obviously, my dad came to Australia from Britain when he was 21. I think 21 with like 10 pounds in his pocket, and he worked on a cattle station bigger than several US states probably. But no, we've always had a lot of British immigrants come. They like the weather. Any excuse to take their shirt off and get some sun. They do. So I'm part British, but I'm fully Australian. So, we were a 10% Asian now. We're multicultural. We're like a mini America.
Yeah, but when you say Asian, do you mean East Asian or Middle Eastern? Because the Brits, I know, say my girl's from Yorkshire, and I know all this crap. Like British people, when they say Asian, they mean what Americans call Middle Eastern. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, it gets okay. So it gets technical with that, and because I've been there a bunch, it fucked me up as well. Don't know why. See, technically, anything past the fucking Bosphorus is Asia.
All right.
So, and then Europe isn't a continent. It's just that's a demarcation for political reasons because there's some white people and then there's some different people. It's all Asia. It's one landmass. But yes, I mean we do have actually a lot of Southeast Asians, and we have a lot of people from the subcontinent. We have a few, but we have a lot of like Vietnamese, certainly after Vietnam War, a lot of Chinese, because we've had Chinese for over 100 years because they like California. My state is a mirror of California. We had a gold rush straight after California sort of thing. They built railroads.
Yeah, the railroads, yeah.
We have a lot of ethnic mix, but not in the numbers that America has generally because we never had slavery, well, although we did technically. So we never had African-American, well, not African-Americans because they weren't American, but we never had the slave trade like that. So we don't have that legacy, but we have people from everywhere. And we have a lot of indigenous people who we treat a little bit better than America, although and worse in some ways too. So, but every sport game we have or every like official ceremony we have, we always have this thing where we thank the traditional owners of the land and we name the tribe that the thing's being held on, which I think is nice.
Oh man, we didn't do that.
They got a yeah. Well, it would be nice if they did because I mean Seattle's named after a tribe. I forget the name because it's a hard to pronounce name, but and if the real way to say Seattle, that's not the way you say Seattle. The guy on the tour we went actually said it's more pronounced something like Sochel. But I can't pronounce it.
Nailed it.
It's something with your tongue that you don't do.
I wonder if that's the same thing for Manhattan. I wonder if it's pronounced Manhattan or something else. But
I think Manhattan's an indigenous name too.
Yeah, it is, but I don't know if it's pronounced that way or
Mahooten.
But hey, man, that was a fucking awesome virtual SquidCon 2020 at Bad Force, man. I'm gonna take it like that because
I gotta do more of this. Just talk to random people on the internet.
It's good stuff, man. Long form. It's a great way of getting stuff out there. Just it's a fun combo.
It's
when you're stuck at home, it's nice.
Yeah, because imagine
just be careful who you talk to on the internet because that's how some people end up on To Catch a Predator.
Yeah. Dude, there's a whole thing on Chris Hansen. Like, it's good to see him get work again because he appeared in The Boys a little bit. but there's documentaries on Chris Hansen and how he's kind of fucked up and has no idea what copyright is. He is a moron. He tried to broadcast all the old To Catch a Predators on his YouTube channel and wondered why NBC wouldn't let him do it. Stop.
Jesus.
Like, dude, you don't own that. That's not you.
But I'm Chris Hansen.
Oh, that was good. We love that show, though. That is a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fell down a rabbit hole of it once and just watched it.
I have the chat right here.
The best one was the guy he brought a birthday cake, and Chris just said, you know, who are you here for? How old is she? He was like, oh, she's like 19. It's like, how many candles are on that cake? 13.
Can I see your bag? Yeah. You brought a pizza and a box of condoms.
I just have a weird thing with pizza. I like the one where Chris knew the guy.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, like they
used to catch a train with him, right?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, good job. Yeah, that was.
You know, people, you know.
All right, Ben. Holy shit.
Thank you.
Virtual Squish Fun.
Awesome.
I'm saluting you right now.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, dude, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I hope I wasn't boring, as I say.
No,
anytime
awesome.
you want to tolerate me, I'm down.
That's awesome.
Unless I'm doing my own stream or a broadcast for Patreon or something. So.
And also, definitely we have to have you on with Kelly Jones this October as well.
Yeah,
which is in less than a fucking month already.
Yeah.
Oh
crazy.
Shit, that's crazy. Holy shit.
A little bit over a month.
Yeah,
you could. I'm just throwing it out there, but you could. I know you have lives, but you should record a bunch of shows to run all Halloween with a bunch of horror people.
That would be cool.
You know what?
I'm just
fucking cool. We know they're all home right now anyway this year, so it's not a bad idea actually.
Yeah, it's hard to claim you're too inaccessible at this point. That's the problem.
Right.
So. But I do get busy, but I'll always have time.
Yeah. We'll schedule in advance with you because that would be to have you and Kelly on the same time. I think that would be fucking epic, man. That'd be a trick and a treat. You know, that'd be.
I get very quiet when people I respect are around. Not that that's a comment on you guys. Shut up.
Yeah, you know this. But Kelly is like your cool fucking uncle, man. Like he's so fun to interact with that. And he's
during the lightning round when we asked Kelly about the pizza question of the lightning round turned into a half-hour conversation about pizza.
Yeah, and he's explaining how the drains and the pipes in New York with the water goes into the crust and all this shit.
There's other kinds of pizza besides New York and Chicago too, you know, right?
Detroit.
Well,
I've had pizza in Italy and I didn't like it. It was not good.
Yeah, me too. I mean, yeah,
I'm messed up. I like
the whole
pizza.
country. Good job.
Well, I heard Detroit and even Robin swears by Canada has some spots too.
Yeah, well, specifically my city is known, you know, around here for our pizza.
New Jersey has some good pizza, really good pizza. But nothing like good pizza. Fuck, I'm hungry right now, man.
It's a bad time to talk about pizza.
I feel like a gremlin. It's almost 2 a.m.
Still get delivered.
Oh, pizza. Oh yeah. Domino's.
Domino's, gross.
Domino's is like for suicidal people, I think. It's bad.
Oh shit.
Or like sad office parties.
It's the thing you go to when there's no alternative, when you're desperate. Yeah.
Well, no, I think Pizza Hut's even worse than Domino's. But
Little Caesars before any of them.
Oh, what Papa John's? Oh God.
Gross.
Down on the coffee.
I will stick up for slightly. California Pizza Kitchen, I quite liked their pizza.
We had one around here and they closed recently, but
I would say those are more like what do you call them? Those are more like
artisanal.
No, yeah, but like what's the word that you use for them? Fucking breads or like I forget what it's called. Like, oh, would you like to try our appetizer, which is a flatbread? That's what it is, flatbread.
Oh, you know what I fucking miss, bro? I haven't even been there in ages. The Red Lobster biscuits, bro.
The cheddar biscuits.
Oh, dude.
That's so fat. Such a fat thing.
Can I tell you a brief thing? Very brief. The most exciting thing that's going to happen to me in 6 months is that we are going to make a special trip to the closest Popeyes Louisiana chicken place to us because Popeyes chicken is something I miss from Chicago. So
they have those everywhere, don't they? Popeyes chicken.
I think it just depends on the state.
We have a lot of.
We have Popeyes over here.
Chicago.
What's this Chick-fil-A thing all these young kids are talking about now?
It's overrated, man.
Yeah, that's what I've been
It's
hearing.
overrated.
Chicken. You need that
I tried one in Houston and couldn't believe how bland it was.
Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's overrated.
Yeah, what is it? Whataburger in Texas supposed to be really good.
I've not tried Whataburger.
Okay, let me tell you something about Whataburger, okay? It's fucking Burger King. It's the same shit. All these Whataburger is so no, it's slop. It's Burger King.
Do you know what else is Burger King?
Mm.
Hungry Jack's. Have you heard of Hungry Jack's?
Yes, I have.
Oh, cool, yeah. Yeah, they got bought out, so they're literally Burger King under a different name.
Oh, wow. Hey, I forgot you West Coasters have had in ages some really bad shit. Jack in the Box.
Oh, I like Jack in the Box.
No, I do too.
It's
just so bad.
Super late night, like stoner jam right there.
Oh, Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
If you ever want to clog your toilet, Jack in the Box is for you.
Yeah, Jack in the
I had Jack in the Box when I was in San Diego last year for Comic-Con because Tom didn't take me to In-N-Out.
Oh.
Well, you got real Mexican food.
Yeah, that place was good.
I got pictures to prove.
What was that place we went to?
That was in the Old Town area. I think that was the Old Town Cafe, if I remember correctly.
Mm.
This is good. Super like legit Mexican food.
Actually, before we go, Ben, where is the best place that you would recommend to eat in Seattle from your experience?
Well, pre-pandemic at least.
Yeah.
If you're going for the con and you want, do you mean what kind of grade of food do you mean?
Place to eat in the city, like what's the place to go to that you would take friends that were visiting?
Okay, so if you like sushi, some of the best sushi I've had is a place called, I'm going to call it Japanesa, but they pronounce it Hapanesa because it's a Japanese-Mexican fusion. It's really good sushi, though, because we get good sushi in the Pacific Northwest because we get it fresh off the boat sort of thing.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's a place called I think it may have closed now because of the pandemic, like for good. But it's called the Dahlia Lounge. Like if you think the Black Dahlia, it's the Dahlia Lounge. Because as a dessert, they do these fresh-made donut ball things with marzipan, and it's like fancy, cool stuff. But they do like a Chinese fusion that was great too. Now there's a lot of good restaurants in Seattle, in the downtown area. So, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be the biggest casualty of this thing.
You can't just suggest things anymore because you don't know if they're going to...
Yeah.
They've already closed, so it sucks. That's why they need help from the government.
That's true. They need like they
need loans. Loans that they never have to pay back just to stay afloat or reopen when it's time.
100%, because this isn't their fault, which is like fucked up because we just proper.
Small business, man. But America's never been about small business. It's been about big business. So
let it trickle down, boy. Drink that Greek.
Yeah, I won't bore you with modern monetary theory, but money. Yeah, you can print money and just give it to people and then forgive it, so long as you take it out of the system later, and then it won't hurt inflation at the right times. But no one will do that. So,
Hey, man.
See how it goes, man. This time next year, we might all be on the street. Who knows? Soup kitchens, they'll be great. Well, there'll be Yelp for soup kitchens.
The next time we're talking about food, we can talk about the best soup kitchens.
Hey, big.
You're going to get Amazon bowls coming out of them with a little smiley face from the soup kitchens.
Because there won't even be dumpsters, because dumpsters serve restaurants, and you need a good restaurant to dump the food in. So, I don't know. These are strange times. I just want everyone to stay safe and healthy as best they can.
That's actually a great way to wrap it up for SquidCon 2020.
Good fight.
SquidCon, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Ben Templesmith, thank you so much for your time, sir.
I apologize for everything I've said. Thank you for having me.
No, you are one of what we call a flawless guest. It's too much fun, and I can't fuck. It's less than a month. We're gonna be in October, and I can't wait for you and Kelly Jones to be on. We're gonna make a big fun thing of it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So
yeah, I still need to figure out my. I'm gonna do it on the Patreon, so you can vote on it. I need to know what I'm gonna do for Inktober. So.
Yeah, Inktober. That's gonna be cool. I always love a good Inktober. But anyway, sir, thank you for your time, and
Thank you.
We will be in touch.
Yeah, anytime. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you, Ben.
I'm saluting you again.
Yeah, be safe, Ben. We'll talk soon.
You too.
Thanks very much.